Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Epokk, and today during E3, Frontier Developments actually shared a new in-game trailer for their upcoming game, Planet Zoo. So, like my last trailer breakdown, I'm going to show you the trailer first, so I don't want to spoil that for you. It's only a minute long or so. But I will also share some more information. Now, a few content creators were invited by Frontier for a private showing, and no, I wasn't invited, and yes, I'm trying to hold back my tears. But anyway, I will not only analyze the trailer but also incorporate the information those content creators shared and also some from the social media accounts. So that way you will know everything that was made public about Planet Zoo at this time. But yeah, let's watch the trailer first. Enjoy! Welcome back. Now let's delve right into it because we have a lot to cover. Let's first list the animals we know that will be incorporated into the zoo. The trailer contains giraffes, brown bears, zebras, wolves, hippos, lions, crocodiles, and chimpanzees. But I can also confirm the following: springboks, wildebeests, wild dogs, cheetahs, tortoises, and iguanas. Each animal will have at least 3 models, being a male, a female, and a child. So there will be some graphical differences. So for example, the lion's cubs will be smaller but with larger eyes, ears, paws, and so on, like is natural with animals growing up. Now, some animals will also move in like a pack. A prime example will be the wolves, of course. They will stay together and won't be spread out as much as the other animals. And it kind of feels like the same system they have implemented in Jurassic World Evolution in the past. Now the animals will also have access to toys, like for example the elephants were spotted with giant soccer balls in this screenshot and also in the announcement trailer. We also saw the lions using a scratching pole and of course the chimps using the climb rack. It's a joy to watch, and the real great news is that this entire construction was made piece by piece, so I think this might be actually a cool story we'll have in game, just to test the boundaries of what you can do. I mean, you can choose where to place each pole or platform, whatever, and just see what the chimpanzees would actually climb or not. Now let's talk next about the enclosures. No way around it, the enclosures really look stunning. I mean, the terrain manipulation and different natural elements actually really make it look like a piece of art, and we saw a lot of different things. We also saw some raised walkways for the visitors, many decorative pieces. It just looks great. Now, water has actually received the biggest update when compared to Planet Coaster or Jurassic World Evolution. Now, instead of just being a graphical see-through layer in the other two games I just mentioned, water will actually flow naturally. So it will flow into ditches, it will also interact with scenery items like you can see in this picture. Now the water just sits against this window and you can actually just see through the glass some rocks and some other natural elements in it. I also spotted it being troubled in this picture. It's a little brown color, so it may also change depending on the kind of terrain or animal, or just maybe you get a choice on what color the water must be. So for example, if you want a more muddy kind for the hippos, for example. I don't know, we'll see on November 5th, which is actually the release date. Now, we also saw some different kinds of weather in the trailer, going from sunny to rain to even snowing. Now, I read that the sceneries would also stop the rain and snow drops. Now, Frontier actually showed how a few pieces of wood actually acted as a shelter for the chimpanzees, to the content creators who were invited. The animals also reportedly even hid under hid from the rain under those shelters, so they actually seem to be smart enough to do that, in game. So yeah, that's really cool. Instead of the habitats also being solely, walls with a gate, like in Jurassic World Evolution, pretty much a square, you can also use some freeform terrain to limit the animals to a certain part of the habitat, if that makes sense. What this means is actually that you can use ditches and water and rocks and so on instead of walls. So for example, elephants won't go through ditches, but chimps can go through ditches because they actually like to climb. So you can also choose to work with different methods, like for example, place them on an island and surround it with water. And since chimpanzees don't swim or don't like to swim, I'm not sure, they won't actually leave the island that way. This opens a lot of possibilities since now you can actually just make, the cages less like a box like in Jurassic World Evolution and more like freeform, more flowing. You can make some really cool things that way. Now the iguanas and the other smaller animals like snakes and spiders, for example, if we get those, will be placed in a glass terrarium. So, they're way too small to place in natural habitat or in different habitat like the chimpanzees and the elephants. They will be placed in a glass terrarium. Now, this will be just an empty glass box, if you will. It will only contain the animal, there won't be any decoration at the start. You can take the animal out, of course, but you can upgrade the terrarium in the main game to get some extra decoration in the terrarium. So you can upgrade it actually to get some extra decoration in it. And you can unlock that through reputation or money. It may be able to just add decoration by placing sceneries into it. Because you can actually place it against the wall or a little bit inside the wall. So yeah, maybe you can play a little bit with scenery, with decorations. But let's see. We also saw this train riding around in the zoo in the trailer. Now I can also report there's also a safari jeep version of that. So in case you want to make a safari themed park, you can actually choose to use the safari jeep version instead of the train. But both of them will be bound to tracks, so a bit like the same system like in Plant Coaster, but maybe you can drop the tracks down into the ground to hide them. So yeah, maybe, we'll see. And then you also have, of course, the people. Now let's really quickly go over the people. Then we'll start with the guests. Now obviously they are in the same style as in Plant Coaster. They have the same artistic style, the same clothing, the same behavior. And guests will also gain an additional need. They will have an understanding meter in addition to the usual needs like being hungry, thirsty or tired. So they will also need to understand. So they will need to learn actually. So this will sometimes be a challenge you need to complete in the main game. So to fill up this meter called understanding, you can place billboards around the exhibits to help the people actually learn something about the animals. Now the billboards are auto-generated and based on the most nearby animal, and the guests will visually interact with these to fill up their understanding meters. Now let's move on to the staff. Staff will have their own type of path. So this is going to be a road that only the staff may walk on. It will be completely forbidden for guests. And we only know about one staff building so far, being the kitchen-like building where the food for the animals will be prepared. Now the buildings will also have a visible interiors when you look inside. Now in Plant Coaster, right now that's a little bit like a black box they walk into and come back out. So yeah, this will be quite a nice upgrade. You can decorate buildings like on the outside as much as you want. The staff types will also be both genders. So in Plant Coaster, a security guy is, a guy. He's with a mustache, if I remember correctly. So is the janitor actually. So yeah, in Plant Zoo you will be able to hire both men and women for the same staff type. So yeah, go gender equality. The only staff type we know of so far are the animal keepers, but there will be more, of course. We already know about two tasks they do, being handing out the food, and I try to prolong this long enough, suck up the poop. So I think we all noticed that the animals can poop, and the keepers will clean this up with this reverse leaf blower looking thing. In addition, I just want to mention this really quickly. From this view we have of the main building at the entrance from this park. I also saw this building. Yeah, so nothing has been actually confirmed, but when I look at that, I am actually thinking that this might be an aviary, so where they keep birds and stuff like that, or animals. So yeah, that hasn't been confirmed, but it might be something they will be implementing, or who knows. I'll let you know if it will be confirmed in the future. So yeah, Planet Zoo is up for pre-order right now on Steam if you want. If you choose to pre-order it, you get exclusive beta access that will be somewhere around the summer. You will also gain 3 unique animals, being the pygmy hippopotamus, damn that's a difficult word for me, a Thompson gazelle and also a Komodo dragon. There will also be a set of wallpapers and the original soundtrack by Jim Guthrie and J.J. Ibsen. The game will be officially launched on November 5th, 2019. And yeah, that kind of rounds it all up for me. So that's all I could come up with, following the social media and the Reddits and the trailers. So yeah, if you think I missed something, really let me know down in the comments below. If you have any questions, please do. Just let me know how excited you are, because I am. The game is looking really great and seems to borrow actually from both systems, from Jurassic World Evolution and Planet Coaster. So I really like they're building further upon what they already figured out in the past in previous games. Yeah, so that's it for me. If you want to stay up to date on Planet Zoo and other games like, for example, Slime Rancher and Hitman 2, consider subscribing. And if you like this video, consider adding a like. And I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.